Hey friends, it's Natasha here. It feels so good to be back. If you've been following Little Bits of Bliss for a while now, you know that we started homeschooling about 6 years ago, and I started this channel a couple of years into our homeschooling journey. I've been sharing about homeschooling curriculum, types of homeschooling, philosophies, reviews, books that we've loved, everything about homeschooling for the past 4.5 years. And I've also been giving you glimpses of what homeschooling looks like in our home. But life, as it does, has changed for us. I mentioned in a previous video that my older daughter was going to be going to a private Christian school this September. But in fact, both of my kids have returned to school this September, and I have had to return back to the workforce full time. It's been a really big shift for all of us. And to be honest, I needed some time to shift and adjust before I could record any videos about it. So even though I'm not technically currently homeschooling is something that kind of exists in many different levels. I've said to people that we as parents, we are always homeschooling our children, whether we are formally homeschooling them or sharing the job with traditional schools. We are always their teachers, and there are always a lot of things that homeschooling tips and philosophies can really help a parent within the home, regardless of whether you choose to homeschool primarily or whether your kids attend a traditional school. And homeschooling has really shaped who I am now as a mother. It's made me realize that I am a teacher, a homeschooling teacher within our family, that role is something that will always exist. And I also realized that we as parents, we have to learn how to keep the spark of curiosity alive no matter where they attend school. So moving forward, Little Bits of Bliss is going to look a little bit differently, but I am very passionate about homeschooling. I love helping other homeschooling parents. I like to be a support and an encouragement and maybe help share ideas to help stimulate homeschools thrive. And that's something that I'll always care about. Even when my kids are adults, I think it's something that will always be a passion of mine. And I still feel that there is a need for my channel to continue. I do get a lot of questions and comments from you guys, my viewers, and I still feel that there is a lot that I can do to help support you and content that I can create that will have this little bit of a different twist and perspective that other homeschooling channels might not have. I'm planning on creating content that is going to reflect what I've learned through this homeschooling journey. I plan to still share resources and books that we have loved, but also continue to love because we are still reading great books in our home. And we're still using a lot of our homeschooling curriculum, even though they are technically in a traditional school. And I will talk more on that in other videos. And I also just really want to talk about the balance of motherhood and homeschooling and jobs that I know many of you do need to work outside of the home. And it's good to kind of get some ideas, bounce ideas off each other to know how to handle and juggle all of these things. Another topic that really has come up a lot for me is how to start homeschooling when you are not getting all the support from your family members, particularly maybe from your spouse. That is something that I have encountered in our own homeschooling. And how do you overcome that, or do you need to overcome that? What do you need to do as a parent when you have a passion for homeschooling and your spouse or your other family do not? My hope is that whether you are currently homeschooling, are thinking about homeschooling, or maybe transitioning out of homeschooling like we have, that you'll still find something inspiring in the videos on my channel, and I still will be able to offer this community support and encouragement. And that learning as a family can come in many different shapes and forms. Thank you so much for sticking with me, for supporting me, and I'm really so thankful for this beautiful community. It's really great to have a community of like-minded people, and homeschooling is such a wonderful way to build community, because we all love our children. We all dream of a better education and a better upbringing for our kids. And that is something that we come together and cherish together as a community. If you're excited for this new chapter, comment below and let me know what are some types of videos, ideas that you would like for me to create. What are some questions that you might have for me as someone who has transitioned out of the technically no longer homeschooling, yet still homeschooling, within the parameters of my children, also having other teachers outside of the home. And also don't forget to subscribe if you are new to my channel, follow along. I still have lots of other content of curriculum that I have reviewed in the past. And I do still plan on reviewing future curriculum as well, because I'm still getting curriculum for my kids, even though I am technically not a homeschooler anymore. Learning never stops. It just changes shape once in a while. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.